something about the muscle car.
I'd call it the love of restoring the past.
Makes people want to flex their wallets.
And I've witnessed this. Walk up and pay them $13,000 as they're parked down to get their car restored.
We guarantee everything we do. Right. I've had guys come in crying because when they seen their car, they go, I can't believe that.
Classic Muscle's Chris Nezer promises fast, quality work.
What kind of turnaround time do you think I might have?
On right now, it's about 90 days.
He doesn't know this customer pricing a paint job is a Wave 3 worker wearing a hidden camera.
We do our homework. We spend a lot of hours doing our homework.
My investigative homework finds Chris Nezer sentenced in Nashville to 51 months in prison in 2010 for false representations to obtain $207,000 through wire fraud. The FBI states Nezer later opened a car restoration business called Classic Muscle, which went bankrupt and shut down. And the judge pointed out Nezer's multiple prior convictions for various degrees of theft.
Basically, it's the same thing he's done here.
Numerous former workers and customers tell me he's signing contracts and collecting thousands with no intentions of finishing car restorations. They say dozens of cars have been sitting in this warehouse down the street for months, some over a year, and there isn't even room to work on them. I watched it for weeks and saw no movement.
Because I've never seen a finished product come out of there. He's just always talking about these people are so stupid, they have more money than they have sense. I could tell them anything, they're going to pay it.
And I asked, when can I get it done? They said, oh, we can get it done right away.
Pat Davis says he was promised one more week for months. He finally got his car back, not finished, plus some of his money, thanks to a public protest he parked in front of Classic Muscle.
Made up a sign and went back in my truck, stating that this guy was a fraud and a scam.
Michael Hitchcock tries a different approach and brings police.
I come to get my car.
We're working on your car right now.
No, you had ample time to finish it. So I want to get it towed.
Do you think we can go ahead and get the cameras out of here, please?
My car been here since November of 2015. I'm at $9,000 now. I want my car, and I'm done.
I tried several times to talk to Nezer. John Bull with Wave 3. I need to ask you some questions about some allegations by former workers and customers here.
You have the 7 appointment. I can't talk to you right now, okay?
When would you like to meet?
No, this is not, I'm not going to get involved in this, okay? Thank you.
This week, I finally got him to answer questions. And I'm told it's not the first time police have been up here with unhappy customers to get vehicles.
There's never been a cop up here to get
Never been a
their
police officer in this parking lot.
Has there ever been a cop up here to get a car?
Not to pick up a vehicle.
He catches himself in that lie later in the same interview.
How many times have we had a customer that turned around and came and got their car done and came in with the cops one time and had the car pulled because, and he said, and you know what the cop said? Oh, it's a civil matter, so we're out the money.
Nezer claims delays are usually caused by customers.
And he's added stuff on and on and on.
Or bad workers he had to fire, and he's not apologizing for anything.
In restoration, you have to be able to have the time. My motto is this, gentlemen. How many times do I say it? We can hurry up and do it wrong, or we can slow down and do it perfect.
And as for the most important accusation by 3 former workers that his warehouse down the street's been filled with cars crammed in, not being worked on, then why can't we just go down to the end of the block and see the backlog of cars down there? Why not?
Because it's not going to happen. That's why.
Chris Nezer says his contracts state they do not give exact delivery dates. As for Mike Hitchcock, he got his car this week. He says the steering broke wheeling it out the door, and other things he paid for weren't finished. John Bull, Wave 3 News.
What kind of turnaround time do you think I might have?
Right now, it's about 90 days.
He talked a good game, but former workers in February told us Classic Muscle founder Chris Nezer was collecting tens of thousands of dollars with no intentions of finishing car restorations.
Because I've never seen a finished product come out of there. He's just always talking about these people are so stupid, they have more money than they have sense.
After Nezer had been sentenced in Nashville to 51 months in prison in a fraud case that raked in hundreds of thousands of dollars, he opened a car restoration business called Classic Muscle, which went bankrupt and shut down. His workers told us the same thing was going on here, pointing to a warehouse filled with cars not being worked on for up to a year. Then why can't we just go down to the end of the block and see the
Because it's
backlog
not
of
gonna
cars
happen.
down there? Why not?
Because it's not going to happen. That's why.
I come to get my car.
Seeing a Classic Muscle hustle coming, angry customers used police to try to get their cars back.
My car been here since November of 2015.
Every time we go in there, he says he needs money.
Each month, the horror stories piled up. $9,000 so far, excuse every time. $15,000 was mine, shop is locked. Over $12,000 so far, not telling the truth and stalling. 9 months after our first report, the classic tussle at Classic Muscle is over. Here it is. They moved to this building at 7th and Commerce, then vanished. The only thing tougher than car restoration is bank account restoration.
I'm out in total at this point about $52,000.
Mike Wheatley invested in car restoration as a father and son bonding project. Instead, he had to bond with an attorney who fired off a letter.
So if our client doesn't basically get his money back in his car, we're going to take you to court. And then I found out soon thereafter that apparently a few days after that, the FBI raided the place and he went on the run.
They was leading me on. They was telling me that they can't get it done. Just give them a little more time.
Paul Daniels says he's out $14,000.
So we took a record truck, as we done had enough, and towed both vehicles away.
What can you do about it? It seems like nobody could do anything about it.
It does seem that way.
The Better Business Bureau says we all have to become investigative reporters when considering expenditures like this.
It's hard. You know, you don't think to, when you're getting your car restored, to check everything out, to really have to dig and research and dig and check people's names and company names, because it can change all the time.
In the final few days before Classic Muscle vanished September 1st, owners reported 3 cars stolen. 2 of them mysteriously turned up missing just before the owners showed up demanding their money and their cars back. The FBI responds to our inquiries each time with the same line: the FBI cannot comment on ongoing investigations. The only comments we can get are from duped customers.
You go into this not thinking it's going to be a crook that you're working with. And you go into it with good faith, you write the checks, and then, you know, the money's gone and you're left holding the bag.
The BBB has Classic Muscle rated at a D-. The customers wonder how bad it has to be to get an F. John Bowl, Wave 3 News.